Our church.
Drop that knowledge on you
I could not make this shit up.
with Kev Nash,
Oh, Hercules.
DJ Killer Kev,
Boss.
and A Dizzle.
Let me tell you, boys, you can't make that shit up.
The inside, real deal, straight up.
Are you crazy?
Hottest stories from the world of hip hop.
This is Ludacris.
It's the big boss, Rick Ross.
What up? It's your boy Young Jeezy. This is 50 Cent.
Sports.
Some of those dunks were the most incredible dunks I've ever seen.
And what's popping in the DYT.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
Here's Kev Nash, DJ Killer Kev, and A Dizzle.
You Can't Make This Up podcast, Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
Episode.
Vote 22.
We here, we back at it. Little bye week because life be lifing, but we back at it. Let's just jump into it because we got so much to talk about it. But you know what? Behind the scenes a little bit, we got our shared notes about things we want to discuss on the pod. This list is probably too long. There's probably too many topics to get into this week because we only got an hour to do the pod, man. So let's be brief with it, but informative and be ourselves. But fellas, how was the week?
Shit, man. Shit was cool. I bought a snowblower. I'm tired of getting out there and shoveling.
Grown man shit.
I'm not waiting on the next snow. I'm getting it now. It's still sitting in the box, but it's here for the next snow, whenever that may be. Yes.
I have a question. So, this is something I talked about with my mom. My mom has been on me for years about getting a snowblower. You shouldn't be shoveling the snow. It's dangerous. Yeah. I'm like, Mom, I'm fine. I was like, okay, fine. I'll make a deal with you. The first time that I feel like I'm tired and I can't do it in one setting is the day that I'll go buy a snowblower. That happened on the big snowstorm that we had recently. I had to take a break. Needed a 20-second timeout. So we've been looking around for snowblowers and stuff like that. So for me, last summer, I saw a snowblower at a yard sale for the low price. But I know my better half, she doesn't like buying that type of stuff. She got to have the warranty. So my question to you, did you buy it from Lowe's, your Home Depots, your Menards, or did you find a deal on Facebook Marketplace?
Because you know some people. You know some people, but they got a deal.
I should have looked on Facebook Marketplace. I went on Amazon, got it fresh out the pack. Didn't get no warranty, but still in the box, still fresh. It got good reviews, so it'll be better than shoveling. Whatever it is, it's better than shoveling. So we're gonna see.
Absolutely. Gas or electric?
Electric. Save on that. Other than that, it's just been chill, man. Got a real estate deal in the works. Actually put in an offer the other day that got outbid, but we still pretty confident we can get this next deal going. So just been working.
Yes, sir.
Man, actually, your boy, man. I'm trying to think. What did I do over the last couple weeks? Went to go see the Keke Palmer and SZA movie one of them days. Went to go check that out. It was okay. It's getting crazy good reviews, but for me, it was cool. It was something to watch. Glad I supported, Keke and SZA, and the director's black, the writer's black. Issa Rae produced it. You got some Issa Rae regulars in there and stuff like that. So glad I supported. And I also went to go see Wolfman remake of an old school movie, pretty good like that. And went to go see Marlon Wayans in Cincinnati last night. So your boy is operating on very little sleep.
Yeah, buddy. Let's see. For your boy, not too much edible, been edible, and we're getting ready for the Valentine's Day rush that is coming. So just getting all the T's crossed and I's dotted. Other than that, life just been life, and I have a 17-year-old. My oldest turned 17 this week.
Hey, how you feeling, Pops? How you feeling?
That shit crazy, man. You don't feel like I feel like she's been around 17 years, like she's been around about 12. So, but yeah, she's doing great. condolences to my wife. She lost her grandfather, so keep my wife in your prayers. And then other than that, man, just been I got my last little bit of football in about over this 2-week hiatus of the pod. So football's coming to an end. And that's about it. Just life been life.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. Absolutely. Prayers up to your wife and everything like that, man. For sure.
Appreciate it.
You talked about it, man. Let's just jump into it, man. There was a big football game that went down on Monday with a certain team that we all root for. So Killer, what's popping in the world of sports?
Man, we're gonna start right with the OHIO. Big shout to the Ohio State University. They beat Notre Dame on Monday. Good game. I mean, Ohio State looked good top to bottom. Notre Dame had a couple of little issues, but the 34-23 dub, I don't know if y'all remember, but I had sent a text to y'all a few weeks prior that had the Washington Tampa Bay plus. I had Washington winning that. I had Mike Evans scoring, and I had the over. And then my little extra juice was Buckeyes win by 9 and over 46. So your boy turned 5 into 180. So that was a good win for your boy. Had to be patient, didn't want to cash out before the O State game. Let it marinate. Let's see what these Buckeyes do first half. And they never turned back, man. I'm proud of the Buckeyes. This is probably the first team to ever win, and they were the last seat in both formats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was the 4 seat when they won in 2014-15, and then they was the 8 seat when they won this year. So proud of the Buckeyes for getting it done.
Absolutely, man. You talk about bets. So literally last year, when the odds came out for the national championship, I put $1 on Ohio State. That turned into $20 after they won on Monday. And then when the brackets came out for the college football playoff, I had Ohio State beating Notre Dame in the championship game. That dollar also turned into $22. So I made a couple dollars. Not no killer type of money because, I don't bet like that. But, these small money bets going to make me $1 million one day. I promise you. I'm going to turn $1 into $1 million, man.
Chick-fil-A on them, hey, that's a win. That's a win.
You already know. It's a dub. It's a dub, man. But like you said, man, super proud of the boys. My phone was going absolutely crazy when Notre Dame took that 7-0 lead because it was a 10-minute drive. ESPN couldn't even go to commercial. Like Notre Dame just stayed on the field, drove it right down the field on Ohio State. We down 7-0. First quarter almost over. Offense come back out, answer it, and then after that, Ohio State got like 3 straight 3-and-outs, score touchdowns left and right. It's like 31-7. It's about to be a blowout. Ohio State messes something up, and then Notre Dame shows a lot of heart. Shouts out to Marcus Freeman. He gets his guys to play very well in the fourth quarter, kind of make it a game. But then Jeremiah Smith 1-on-1 down the sideline, caught a bomb, iced it. OHIO.
IO, baby. Feels good to get that chip because you know how they do us. They always talk bad about us. So I saw you. You left out one part though. I saw you get extremely turned about a friend of ours on the pod, Mr. JG. Can we get a report on JG?
Yes.
It's all scores settled. It all scores.
Yes. So obviously everybody know my brother JG. He played football at Bowling Green. His senior year, Urban Meyer was the head coach there. Helped turn the program around. They won 9-10 games that year. Ultimately, Urban Meyer goes on to Utah, to Florida, win 2 national championships. Urban Meyer comes to Ohio State, wins the national championship. Him and Urban are still cool to this day. And Urban Meyer is loved by a lot of his players. But, I was not a big Urban Meyer fan, even when he was coaching one of my boys. So we going back and forth one day. This is 2-3 years ago. And he's like, man, Urban was a guy. This guy, Ryan Day, he ain't it. He ain't got the juice. He ain't this. He ain't that. The program is soft. They don't do this right. They don't do that right. Urban set it up for this dude to win the national championship, and he can't get it done. He'll never get it done. And I was like, wait, never get it done? Never? I was like, well, we have to look at history here.
Yeah.
Before 1950, Ohio State had 1955 or something like that. Between that and 02 with Jim Tressel, Ohio State did not win a national championship. 7 of their national championships are before like the 60s or whatever. I was like, so Jim Tressel got a championship. Urban Meyer got a championship. So basically, Ohio State wins the national championship in this era of college football every 10 years. I was like, he's going to get one because that's how math works. He's like, he ain't never going to get it done. So we made $100 bet. We made $100. I bet you $100 he'll get us to a national championship game and win it. Ultimately, he got us to the championship game versus Alabama. We lost. And he blew my line up like crazy. I was like, well, he's not fired yet, so he can still do it. Ohio State loses to Michigan for 4 straight years. He was real quiet, just would say, just waiting for the day that he gets fired and I have to cash out from this $100. So as soon as it'll hit 000, I hit him up, I text him, I called him, I dropped something on the IG, and he's a man of his word. He hit me back. And things have been taken care of.
Nice.
Shouts out to my brother JG. Shouts out to my brother JG. Things are good.
Yes,
Things
sir.
are real good.
Yes, sir.
So the one question I have, what y'all think about the playoff format? This is the first year they extended the teams. Do they need to revamp the selection, how they make it? Because didn't the highest seeds end up all losing early on in the playoffs anyways?
Yeah, the top 4 seeds got put out by the semifinal round. So it was 5, 6, 7, 8 playing to get to the chip. I personally, I love the format just because you always have that Boise State, you always have that, Notre Dame, you always have Ohio State. We wouldn't be playing in the old format and losing to Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that allowed a team that is still one of the top teams in the country the opportunity to go fight for that. And I personally like having it where how they have it because of the extended format, because it gives a hot team a chance to go get it done.
So for me, I'm a super college football fanatic. I've been a college football fanatic before they crowned a national champion. Like they were used to, hey, yeah, the AP has this national champion, the coaches have this national champion, and the bowl games all meant something. So I love college football before it was like this format. So I was against expanding it to 12 teams. I knew that it was going to benefit teams that I root for, like a Florida State, like an Ohio State. When you give teams of this caliber an extra chance, they're going to take advantage of it. So I'm not a fan of that. I appreciate the little team getting an opportunity, but when you expand it, this is what's going to happen. So next year, let's just say it's Alabama that sneaks in there. You best believe that Alabama is going to steamroll Boise State and SMU on their way to a national championship. When the teams that have more and have every advantage in the book, you making it so that they get another opportunity. And I'm not a fan of that, even though I'm the main beneficiary because the 2 times that they expanded it, my team won. So I'm happy because my team won, but I'm still not like a fan of it to say, hey, man, let's just keep expanding it because guess what? Eventually, it's going to be like March Madness where, shoot, all right, this year's 12 teams. Next time they expand it, it's going to be 14, then 18, then 20. Where does it stop? Like, where does it stop? When does it make the regular season so special where when they expanded the 16 teams, Ohio State basically ain't even gonna have to play a regular season. The regular season is gonna be all tune up because we know Ohio State's gonna get in there. So I preferred it a way where, hey man, you truly had to earn your way in there by winning all your games to play for the national championship. But like I said before, we the champs till we ain't the champs no more.
Yes, sir. So moving on in sports, man, let's get to some NBA talk. Let's talk about SGA, man. SGA will be the first NBA player with an $80 million salary after becoming eligible to sign a Supermax extension worth nearly $300 million this summer. So we're about to have our megastars, they're about to get paid. They're about to get spread. That's what that means. You how you feel about is SGA worth 80?
Pay that man, man. The OKC small market team. You gotta pay your stars, keep them there. I know they got a good young roster. Still got to get over the hump, but first step in doing that is making sure your stars paid.
Yeah, he absolutely worth it. But when you dealing with a sport like basketball, where there are caps and stuff like that, those other parts are gonna start falling away. So maybe it'd be him and Jalen Williams, but then the other parts like Lou Dort gonna go elsewhere because he gonna get offered a bigger bag to go elsewhere. So it's vital that the front office finds those others, you know what I'm saying, to be around them or go find those veterans that are trying to, latch on to get a championship because you're not gonna be able to pay everybody their max. Especially like a dude as young as him, like dudes that are eligible for that big super crazy max, they should not be taking no discount. They should get every penny they can. Now,
Yeah.
your second time around, your second time grabbing it, maybe you take a little discount. Maybe you go to LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh route, take a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? So you get more teammates. The first one out the gate, the first big boy contract, you better get that. This is your first chance to cash out. This is gonna take care of you, your family, forever, ever. So go get that money. Get that money.
And with the new TV deals that they have in place, it's just gonna keep going up. I mean, every year or every time that runs out and they got to go back to the table and renegotiate these TV contracts, is a jump in salary for these players. So hey, like you said, get in where you fit in because you ask Ray Allen, Mike Miller, players like that, they ain't make that bag as a role player at the end of their careers or as the star, and the opportunity is there, so you better get it. Let's talk about my boys. Cleveland Cavaliers 36-8. NBA is coming around. I'm tuning in more, getting locked in, trying to keep up with everything. But with Cleveland being 36-8 and the Celtics are 31-14, they have a 5.5 game lead in the East. Knicks is rounding up the 3rd seed, and the Bucks have worked their way up to the 4th seed. So 8-2 over the last 10. So keep an eye on Dame and Giannis. But how you feeling about the top 4 in the East?
I know the Cavs had a little rough patch right now. You know what I'm saying? They actually lost a couple games in a row. Lost to Philly last night. Paul George, finally woke up from a coma. But I'm not worried about the Cavs. This is what happens in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You win a couple, you lose a couple. This is like that period right before the All-Star break where like the hot teams start to cool down because like they're ready for the break and everything like that. So I'm not worried about the Cavs. I am very impressed by the Milwaukee Bucks. They look like they're getting their stuff together. Lots of rumors about them trying to go after Zach LaVine or Brad Beal. Bless me.
Please no Bradley Beal over there.
Yeah.
I agree.
I got bad news for you, Dizzle. The Pacers are the 5th seed and the Pistons are the 6th seed. So all of our close NBA markets, tickets going up, baby. We ain't getting
going up.
Yeah, we ain't. Man. This might not be the year to go to the game because all of our markets around here is on fire.
You know what? I'm growing to be a Pistons fan. I go there. I've been to a few games at this point. Love the city. The food is good. So Detroit is definitely one of them spots. And I'm happy that they're right now 6th in the East. Cade Cunningham about to be an all-star. I'm happy, man. Glad to see him winning.
Yeah, I have to go up that way this week for the funeral, but I've been thinking about maybe slide. I gotta go to Flint, but Flint to Detroit is like Dayton to Columbus, so we can make a little ride and go check out D-Town, like you said, get some of that good food, check out the market. So might be up there this week. I'll let you know. The West market, Western Conference, we got the Thunder. They're also 36-8. Number 2 seed Rockets 29-14. The Grizzlies are the 3 seed at 30-15, and the Nuggets are the 4th seed 28-16, followed by your Lakers Dizzle at the 5 seed. So West is tight as always. I think from the 5 seed to the 12 seed is less than 3 or 4 game space. So you could be a top seed or you could be out the playoffs real quick. But how you feeling about the West?
Tight. That shit is competitive. I love it. I want to see the Spurs squeak in there. I want to see Wemby because he's been going crazy. I want to see him in some meaningful basketball. Yeah, man. Rockets look good. Lakers look all right. I just don't want to fall into the Nuggets hands again, man. Right now we lined up against the Nuggets at the 4 seed,
Yeah,
and they look good. So
yeah.
But y'all got the secret weapon with the Lakers.
what's that? JJ.
Bronny.
Oh,
Bronny. Bronny, G
Drop
League All Star
Yeah,
Bronny out here yamming on folks. 30 buckets. He out here
career
hooping.
highs. He
He
hooping.
hooping.
He hooping.
We
Couple
ain't
30
supposed to be
games,
hating on
30
him.
point
Now
he
games.
should.
he hooping.
He doing what he should be doing in the G League, separating himself from the rest of the G League players. That's what you should be doing. If you're an NBA player in the G League, handle business.
Yeah.
Good job, Bronny. Let me get the round of applause.
Shout out to Bronny, man. He's playing
Yeah.
some good hoops. Granted, I have not seen any of G League. I know they're airing them on NBA TV, but I keep missing them.
Mhm.
But I did see that yam. That yam was crazy. Respect,
Yeah,
respect.
yeah, I've been checking out the highlights on YouTube. They do a good job of showing Bronny's every move, so you can catch a good highlight the day after.
Yeah,
Anybody want to make
if
any
we gonna wreck them
changes?
for them air balls,
Right.
gotta show them props with a good game.
I'm still rolling with Cavs and Thunder. Anybody else want to make any deviations off their picks, or y'all still good?
Man, it's looking like the Nuggets might be back in there, man. Nuggets is figuring it out. Jokic just went for what? 35, 22, 15, something crazy.
Full court
They,
shots.
they winning. Russ is playing good. Can't count
Yeah.
out the Nuggets.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what else we got. Let's talk about Mr. LiAngelo Ball himself. And LiAngelo Ball has signed a deal with Def Jam Universal Music Group. A representative from his label, Born to Ball Music Group, says as much as 13 million to 8 million guaranteed and gives Ball full ownership. We riding with this. I'm a swerve in the corner. Whoa. Y'all happy for LiAngelo minute? So this really, I'll let you get to the. Okay.
All right, that's all we need to hear.
Yeah, we gotta get there. So is it really this really happened off of one brother playing the music in the locker room and the song just taking off to the point where he getting the 8 million guaranteed check? That shit is crazy to me. So for all you people out there doing music, don't give up. It could in 2 weeks your life can change. So
yeah. Nah, shout out to LiAngelo, man. They've been making music for a while. Keep it a buck. Like he ain't no just now started rapping. I know him and Lonzo them came out with albums. They was rapping when they was on Facebook. I know they had a Facebook show at one point. So this is just good management. Season and opportunity. You got a viral hit like that, you bound to get some phone calls. So it's glad to hear he ain't in no 360 deal. Like he get to keep some ownership. Like you don't really see that too much off the one hit wonder type deals. But nah, man, shout out to the Ball family.
Yeah, the 8 million is an advance. Look, these folks have been doing record deals longer than any of us have been alive. I'm not sure they're gonna make their $8 million back. This is not me hating, especially since it's not a 360 deal. If he's got to be performing at these festivals over the summer and Def Jam's not getting a cut of that, I am not sure they're gonna make this $8 million back. It's a big record. It's crazy numbers streaming wise, and also we, the general public, and me who works at a radio station, I'm not sure how streaming even works still. Like they tell you like, okay, this many streams equals 12 cents and this, that, and the third. Look, man, it's a very difficult math equation that they don't want you figuring out. Because with CD sales and vinyl sales and tape sales, it's a very transactional situation. Like I just played that song for 35 seconds. How much of that 35 seconds is even recoupable from the label and how much money goes back to LiAngelo? I have absolutely no idea. But what I do know is, like you said, Killer, your life can change in a second if you get you a hit. And a certain artist out there who I keep screaming about to make a hit record had the Midas touch. And Apparently, he no longer has it because he has not produced a hit record. Get on this remix with Leangelo, for God's sakes, Drake.
Yeah.
Do something, man. Do something.
Yeah, definitely.
Make a hit record. Like this dude was, the other Ball brother. He was the one in the G League. He was the one, 10-day contract. He's the one married
Still in
to
sunglasses.
still in sunglasses. He's the one married to one of the basketball wife girls, ladies. He's just like, all right, man, yeah. And then he has a hit record and gets a $8 million advance. And ain't no telling where this is gonna take him. It could take him to around the globe touring this song, and he could go ahead and make a whole bunch of hit records. Make hit records, it'll change your life. Make a hit.
Yeah. So this past summer, man, the Miami Heat, we all know we all like to get paid and be paid on time. The Heat had an accounting error that left Jimmy Butler without a paycheck for 10 days. This had never happened before. You got all of that going on top of the accounting error that delayed his paycheck. Things starting to feel a little weird for your boy Jimmy in Miami. This month alone, he was suspended 7 games for conduct detrimental to the team. Then turned around, missed last Wednesday's flight to go to Milwaukee for a Thursday night game and Saturday to Brooklyn. And they suspended him again for 2 games for that whole little 2-game road trip. So it's looking like Jimmy in Miami is falling all the way off, falling apart. I mean, he's continuously breaking the rules and not giving a fuck. So, like we talked about Leangelo, your life can change and you can go to the top, but don't diva your way out. Stay on par. So because it looked like Jimmy making a lot of money and just don't give a fuck. So what y'all thinking about Jimmy and all his shenanigans?
Miami need to figure it out, man. Because you looking like an organization that folks ain't gonna want to go to, man. You have all these rumors every year about Kevin Durant going there, Bradley Beal going there. Like you always get the rumors about the big superstars that could potentially go there, and don't none of them ever go. This is why.
Yeah.
I mean, when LeBron was there, you see how that ended. Dwayne Wade didn't even end over there. You looking like Jimmy Butler, the guy that took y'all to these finals, gave y'all these crazy finals performances. This is how y'all doing them. And I'm more upset because I got this nigga on my fantasy team and he ain't even been playing, man. So I need them to go ahead trade Jimmy, man. Trade Jimmy.
Yeah. Kev?
Absolutely, they need to trade my guy Jimmy Buckets. They need to trade him. It's twofold though. Like Jimmy is also in the wrong. It's not all the Miami Heat. The biggest problem I had with the Miami Heat is this man not getting his paycheck. Yeah. That's crazy. You can't be an NBA franchise and players and people not getting paid. Look, that we're obviously in way different tax brackets, but shoot, his bills are still his bills. Like, what I'm saying? He got baby mamas, he got, family, he got staff, mortgages, car notes, yada yada yada. Like, so if that check not checking when it's supposed to check, then what's really going on? What's really going on? Like, I can't get jiggy with that. And if I'm not getting paid, like if this was the impetus to make him say I want out of here, I can't knock you. I can't knock you because trust me, his checks is not our checks. Like these are $1 million checks that are supposed to be hitting his account to take care of business. So that's a bad look for the Miami Heat. As far as like the basketball element is concerned, like the Miami Heat do need to adjust how they're doing things because the culture of the NBA is not that rough and rugged player anymore. Like the Alonzo Mournings, the D Wades, like those type of players are gone. Like this is a different league that you playing in nowadays. They'll be able to run your basketball players through a brick wall. They just don't do that no more. So like there's no reason why like a Bam Adebayo is a Miami Heat player because he look and feel like a Miami Heat player. Not too many of those guys are out there playing basketball anymore. So I do think the Miami Heat need to adjust their approach.
Yeah. So let's let's knock out a couple boxing notes and then get to this football and sports. So, a couple boxing announcements. The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford is set for September 2025 in Las Vegas. I would love to be there for that, but I won't be. But who y'all got? I'm going with Crawford.
Yeah, let's go with Crawford.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Tyson,
now that means he's gonna lose.
Right. Tyson Fury. He has announced his retirement from boxing. He leaves the sport with a 34-2-1 record. Not bad at all, sir. He was hell of a fighter. I enjoyed watching him, miss him in the sport, but
that's Jokic, the Jokic of boxing. Right. I see that big nigga. That remind me of Jokic. You can't do nothing with him. Just big, light on his feet. Can't stop that nigga. But nah, shout out to him. He went on a run for the ages.
Yeah,
for sure. Agreed.
And last thing we got in sports is NFL Championship Sunday tomorrow. We have 4 teams left trying to get to the chip. The 3 o'clock.
Let me
go ahead. We didn't even talk about Lamar. Can we talk about the Ravens for a second? Because we didn't even get a chance to break that shit down. I know we slow on time, man.
You good.
We almost had the AFC, NFC championship games we all wanted, man. Lamar was supposed to hold it down. We got the Eagles in there. Mahomes versus Daniel? Nah, that's the Bills. He going up against. Look, I'm mixing my shits up, man. Lamar got me all flustered. But damn, I thought they was gonna have it. What happened with the Ravens, man?
I have a question for Dizzle. I hear a lot of what happened with Lamar. Are you putting this loss on Lamar Jackson?
I'm putting it on a little bit of everybody. He get a good amount of blame.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. So we have our blame pie.
Yeah.
You have a blame pie. We have 100%. So divvy it up. Where are we going with?
I'm going with Lamar about 40%. He get about 40% of the blame. 2 turnovers. You got 2 turnovers.
Did you watch the game?
The whole game.
Okay.
I don't know all the players' names, so we're gonna start there. 40%. Equal amount of blame goes to Mark. If not a little bit more. But just about. Because you're talking about 2 drives in a row, 2 fourth quarter drives in a row where Mark why did nigga try to juke? I ain't never seen Mark Andrews do a juke move in his life, man.
Hit that R1, nigga. Hit that R1.
Cover that shit up, man. Get the ball covered up.
Yeah. So where the other 20% going?
We can spread that out. Everybody else a little 20%. Coach get a little extra I keep seeing these highlights where Mark Andrews dropping the ball in the same play. Like, don't run that play or run it to somebody else. But man, this was one that they let go away.
I got 50% for Mark Andrews, 40% for the refs, and 10% for Lamar. Because there's no way Mahomes is getting thrown 12 feet off the field and they ain't calling no flag. There's no way. So the way they do Mahomes in Kansas City, Lamar did not get that love. So the refs
gotta win a chip to get that love. Gotta win one.
The refs was prohibiting that. There was a bunch of third downs that would have been first downs if they call it right. Yeah. But like you said, these NFL players trying to do superstar shit in week 20. Mark Andrews, just do your job, sir. Just do your job.
Yeah, it was. Everybody knows that Lamar is my favorite player in the NFL, even though he plays for my rival team. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but I love Lamar Jackson's game. So I'll root for him every time the Steelers get ousted from the playoffs. So my blame chart, Lamar gets 20%. 20% of that blame for me.
2 turnovers deserves 20%.
Only one of those turnovers turned into points for the Buffalo Bills. The other one did not turn into points. So that's one. I'm gonna put 75% on Mark Andrews. Like, shouts out to my boy Kales. I was texting him through the game because everybody's showing like the one drop or the catch and fumble. Well, he had another drop earlier in that game that would have been a first down. Also, so I texted him, was like, "Yo, he's having a bad game," because when they would leave him to be an inline blocker, he was getting his ass kicked. So he had that drop. Derrick Henry also had a. No, let me rewind. So Derrick Henry dropped a first down pass. It would have been a big gainer. The very next play, the center snaps the ball over his head. That in turn turned into Lamar Jackson doing too much, which he fumbled. They scooped it, got it down to the 5, turned it into a touchdown for the Bills. That's why he gets the 20% for me. Punt, I mean, an arm basically was a punt. The interception basically a punt. I'm not even worried about that because those type of things happen. But when you are Mark Andrews, you drop a pass, you catch another pass, you fumble, then you're supposed to catch the 2-point conversion. Like, it's right here. It's right here. Right here. Like, forget in the hands, it's in your gut. It's in your gut. Like, so that's on him, man. And credit to him, he's accepting responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he needs to be taken to the wolves and people just bash him and make death threats and everything like that. You win as a team, you lose as a team. But if we doing the blame chart, he get a whole lot of it because the Ravens were cooked. They were done. And it was Lamar Jackson's arm and legs that brought them back into the game. So what you want out of your quarterback is a great drive. And they had that 90-yard drive or 80-yard drive to potentially tie it up. It wasn't like he threw an interception, threw a touchdown. And then he threw a 2-point conversion, which should have been caught by me, Killer, Dizzle. Anybody listen to this pod would have caught that pass. Don't know how Mark Andrews dropped that pass. He was having a very bad day at the office.
Yeah, it was ugly. So to wrap up the sports, man, Washington and Eagles tomorrow at 3, Bills and Chiefs tomorrow at 6:30. Who is going to the Super Bowl? I'm going world, bro. I'm taking Commanders and the Bills. I'm gonna shock. Watch it. Mark this time. Mark this time. Cut it out. Paste it. It's happening.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'll be happy with the Commanders though, but Chiefs gotta get a dub.
I am rolling with the Chiefs, mainly for what I saw from the Bills last week, because part of the reason the Ravens lost was because of the mistakes that they were making. Kansas City doesn't make those mistakes. And Kansas City got a better defense than the Ravens. So I got Kansas City winning a close one, and I'm going with the boys from D.C., the Commanders, to pull the upset versus the Eagles. So I got KC, Commanders in the Super Bowl.
So one of us should be
putting it on
right.
wax, too. I'm putting it on wax. I'm going to make a little bet, not no big bet. You know me, I don't make big bets. I'm going to go ahead and get this easy little money line bet, though.
I'm with it. But that's it for sports.
$1.50 turns into $7.
Hey.
Chipotle.
You already know.
Well, that's it for sports.
Dizzle, what's popular in the world of entertainment?
Yeah, man. Let's got a quick Diddy update. Diddy's defense team reveals that they've seen the 9 freak-off tapes and that the government or that they have in their possession, and says that it proves Diddy's innocence. They stating that this is just some grown freaky folks doing some
passing out lube. He just passing out lube, man.
They're saying this is all consensual sex. So are y'all trying to watch these tapes? Well, let me start here. Would y'all, if y'all had the tape in y'all possession, y'all just found, oh, here go one of these Diddy tapes, here's the link, are y'all checking it out?
That's a pass to me, dog. It's a pass.
It depends on the subtitles, like who's the starring cast. If it's some shit like if it's a little left field, nah, I'm cool. But if we got J-Lo and company, I might hit play for a second.
I'm gonna check it out just to see what's going on.
Man, with all the alleged things that go on at Diddy parties and all the alleged people, I'm cool. I'm extremely cool because you know why? Because it's a more speak of Carl Winslow being at these parties. There's talk of other guys at these
Yeah.
parties. So I'm extremely cool on watching that.
Yeah. The,
Yeah,
the
I'm
only thing
good.
I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that I think about when I think about a Diddy tape is that video of Meek Mill in that pool looking like he had a wild
See?
recovery, and I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
If
man.
it's that subtitle with Bieber and company, nah, I'm cool.
Nah, man, no subtitles. You just click in the link. Diddy and guess who? It just say Diddy and guess who. Hit link. That's what it say. You hit that link.
Yeah.
But definitely
Just to
I will
see.
be. When
I'll
the
let
trial
y'all tell
starts,
me.
when the trial starts in May, I will be tuned in to hear at least who was on them.
Yeah. Well, Diddy has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against Courtney Burgess, his attorney, Ariel Mitchell, and News Nation. So lawsuits is flying left and right.
Gotta fight back. Gotta fight
Yeah.
back. You gotta do something, man. If what they're saying on these fresh off tapes is true, he's gonna need some money. Like, just say for instance, he gets off. Like, hey man, they proved that this stuff was false and it was fabricated and these are not true. He's gonna spend a lot of money getting out of jail.
Yeah.
He's gonna need to get some money back. So you gotta fight back.
I will say if the allegations of people willingly coming to consent to sign these NDRs and enter this party and do what they do, you have to also be truthful in the fact that Hollywood and big cities, they have parties. People with a lot of money like to do things that, drugs, fun, whatever. They like to, spend and do what they do. So I will give that. If it was a, we came to this, we knew we was coming to, we that's one thing. But when you start taking people's, taking people's personal space without them wanting them to be taken, then that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep. So we gonna keep seeing. We gonna definitely keep tabs on this. See what comes of it. In other news, did y'all see Rocco? Rocco got arrested for disorderly conduct, willful obstruction, and
Fuck
his
all that.
mugshot has gone viral. Did y'all see Rocco's mugshot?
Cat pill
Nigga,
back blue.
His car ain't had no roof.
Man.
What?
Why they take his man unit off, bro? Like, was that part of the strip search? They had to just snatch the top off.
Man, listen.
Let me
So
see if I
when
can
I
find a photo.
when I saw the mugshot, I was like, man, that looks weird. Because okay, like, all right, man, we done seen people that's got baldies before and stuff like that. Because hey, man, like people get older, you lose your hair, it's cool, it's whatever. Everybody can't have a fresh baldy every day. Maybe he was, a week has gone by and he ain't made it to the barbershop, so he had a hat on when he was running his errands and got pulled over. It is what it is. But then I kind of noticed like had a fade going on. And then it was like crispy right there. I was like, that looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then I dawned on me like, oh, yeah, you see, I got the fade on the side.
I'm trying to put it in the middle. Where is okay? Nope, it ain't gonna work. There we go.
There we go.
You got a blend and everything like that. And then I look in the comment section and they showed him at Rich Homie Quan's funeral service, and he had butters like me. I was like, oh, he had a unit.
Big unit.
Damn.
So he needs to sue. Whether he's humiliated or not, he needs to sue. Because when these women come in there with all kinds of wigs and all kinds of shit, they don't make them derobe. So for them to peel back his whole man unit, he need to sue. He need to sue the city.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild behavior, bruh. The question remains, man, if y'all ever are in this situation where your hairline starts to moonwalk on you, would you ever get a unit?
Nah, bruh.
Just embrace the ball.
When it's over, it's over. When it's over, it's over.
Yeah, you got to. Thank goodness I have an older brother who has lost his, and he has been rocking a baldy for many a decade. So if I ever go, I kind of got an idea how I'm gonna look. So you know, I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
What else we got? Redman is in the news. He says he has been celibate for 2.5 years, and it's the best thing he ever did. As he speaks about fasting from sex and smoking. Shout outs to Redman.
Respect, respect, man. That's a lot of discipline,
Yeah.
especially when you are red man, where you can smoke as much as you like, and your
Yeah.
part of your image is smoking weed. Respect, man. Respect.
Yeah. Let me know. I'm gonna have to consider that one day, but not today.
Yeah. Shout outs to Brandy. Want to give a big shout outs to Brandy for receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's going down actually February 11th. Spent 15 total weeks at the #1 spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandy doing her thing.
One of the best singers of all time. Well deserved.
Congrats to Brandy. My question is, who's gonna party harder, her or Ray J?
Oh, Ray J pulling up with 10 Bentleys for sure.
Yeah. Legend, living legend. Let's talk about who we want to talk about, man. We pushed this down to the bottom of the list. Trump was inaugurated this week. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about it. I know this ain't a political pod. Did y'all tune in?
Yeah. I caught the highlights.
Caught the highlights?
Nah, I did not. I was too busy celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh, we didn't even talk about how cold it was at the MLK Walk Dayton.
Yeah.
Rick, my G, Rick.
When I saw that text of, hey, who in the van? I was like, Bizzle is frozen.
All right, yeah. So real quick, we had the MLK Walk of Dayton that we do every year. Always see the radio station out there. So shout outs to Hot, shout outs to everybody that came out. In the cold, I think it was down to like 2 degrees, felt like -6 or something crazy. In previous years, they used to pass out like hand warmers and hot chocolate and stuff, but not this year. Nobody was out there. Still had a good turnout. Saw the hot van and was like, "Yo, who's in there?" Because it looked toasty. And then I turned around, there go Kev, like, "What's going on, man?"
Yeah, I made an appearance, man. I had to celebrate Dr. King, pay my respects. So the thing about it, every year I normally make a run to, Dick's or Walmart to get a whole bunch of hot hands to pass out. With everything that was going on last week, I totally forgot. And as I'm driving down there to the MLK March, I was like, dang, forgot them. And I was like, I'm too far gone to turn around and try to go buy some because I was already kind of running late. I was like, shoot, I need it. And then when I got in line, there was like nobody there. Eventually, people started showing up. So all the time that I was sitting there, I was like, man, I could have ran and got some hot hands for the folks. And then I kind of felt bad because I don't actually walk. I kind of drive the truck in there. So that's kind of like my guilt. Yeah. The heat on my ass, it was nice and toasty, man. So yeah, next year I'm gonna make sure I bring the hot hands for everybody, man. That's my bad. I forgot. I'm sorry.
That reminds me of my military time. I was the ambulance driver, so every big run, 3-mile run, 6-mile run, whatever, we had to have an actual medic on the run to make sure nobody got hurt. So guess who always had to get out of the run? Me. So I was always driving behind the pack. So
yeah. Well, so we was talking about the inauguration. I think the only things I'm trying to really hit on is what we think about Snoop, Rick Ross, Soulja Boy performing. I know when Trump was first elected, Snoop Dogg was, he was going hard, saying anybody who performing for him at the inauguration is a coon, this, that, and the third, sucker, all of that. I know we canceled Chrisette Michelle. Her career never was the same after that. So what we think about those rappers performing?
Expected to a sense of you ain't gonna get that kind of money probably offered to you in Timbuktu. So a lot of these artists are probably wanting to get that bread, but it shows for Snoop particularly, it shows how much he's been on Olympic coverage. He's been on TV and it's been growing. And he's starting to get that check. And that's a different check for him. And now you see he like, yeah, I'm there. But 10 years ago, he don't do it. You know, so
Mhm.
it just shows how people can change, how people's mentalities can change in a short time.
What you think, Dizzle?
Hey man, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. I'm sure the check, like you said, I'm sure the checks was nice. Um, I wouldn't have in the first place just gone on record saying fuck all this, fuck all that. If down the line I'm gonna be parlaying with them. So
Yeah.
My take is a tad bit different from a lot of folks. Shouts out to my brother Peanut. We've been talking about it since it went down. And he kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit. I was obviously upset or whatever, but he chimed in and told me like they rappers. What you expect? They're rappers. What do you expect, man?
Yeah.
And he's like, this is just another point to say like we can't continue make rappers our heroes and people that are influencing us. Because 1 second it's one thing, 1 second it's another thing. Just like fashion, just like I don't know, like back when like jerseys was a thing, then Jay-Z switched the button ups, and then everybody followed that. Like we have to think on our own. So if they want to go get their bag, let them go get their bag. And talking to him about it, like you're right, you're absolutely right. So like I always say about famous people or whatever, I don't know these niggas.
Yeah.
And second part is, hey man, they have every right in the world to go get that check, to work with or work for whomever they decide to. Just like I have every right in the world to unfollow them on social media, to delete their music from my musical catalog, to no longer support the things that they go deal with. So maybe I'm not fucking with Wingstop no more. Maybe, hey man, maybe I'm not streaming Doggy Style no more. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. Maybe I'm not supporting that project no more. So like you made a decision to do that. I have the right to make the decision that I want to, that I don't fuck with you no more. So that can be that. And another person that I also unfollowed on social media is President Obama. I did not appreciate President Obama kiki and hi-hiing with Donald Trump either. So for the people out there that just say that all politicians is crooked, like if Donald Trump is as bad as they would like us to believe, which I believe he is, would you be kiki and hi-hiing with him at President Carter's funeral? Like you over there cracking jokes and then having tea with him at the inauguration and stuff like that? Like if he's that bad of a person, why would you do that?
There you go.
Yeah. I'm 100% with Mrs. Obama. I'm 100% with that because the people that were not kiki and hi-hiing, it was the females. Mrs. Obama wasn't. VP Harris wasn't kiki and hi-hiing. Like in all the pictures, she's just there. She just, hey, I'm just doing this to get it over with.
So I don't get
Hillary
fined.
Clinton, Hillary Clinton, stone face. All the former presidents, everybody smiling and cheesing. Nah, bruh. No, if he's as bad as you want us to believe, you wouldn't be there. And for me, he didn't show you the amount of respect that you show him. So why are you showing it to him? So, like I said, these people can support whomever they want. I have the right not to support them no more as well.
That's straight up. What else we got? I got a couple more here. Method Man was arrested. Did y'all see that? Charged with assault after allegedly punching his daughter's ex-boyfriend, putting the beats on her.
You got 3 little girls.
So yeah. If it was called for, if it was a problem, I'm with all the smoke. Shouts to the Woo. Redman and Meth, y'all did good this week on the news.
Yeah. Last one I have here. I have a RIP. A couple RIPs actually. DJ Unk passed away recently, just a couple of days ago. I think he said at age 42.
Super
very
sad.
young.
Yeah.
Also want to give a RIP to Barry Michael Cooper, writer and producer who wrote New Jack City,
Classic.
Above the Rim, and
Classic.
Sugar Hill. Died at age 66.
Man, grew up on these movies, man. Grew up on these movies and his work, man. RIP.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace.
Yep, and that's all I have for entertainment.
For sure, man. Just a couple quick hitters before we slide up out of here, man. It's a Saturday in the city, man. The big news that dropped yesterday: Don Julio Tequila and Popeyes tease a collaboration dropping on January 31st. Oh my, what could it be?
chicken flavored liquor flavored chicken. Where we going?
Regardless, there's gonna be a bunch of niggas in line. That's what that means.
Don't know how this has happened. Or if Popeyes got their liquor license, that's about to be the spot.
I mean, Target got the Targaritas.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know about? Yeah, Target got margaritas in that bit now. Yeah, it's lit, nigga. I don't mind going shopping with her now. It's going down.
Right.
Starbucks announces they will no longer allow people to hang out at their cafes or use their restrooms without making a purchase.
There goes my meeting spot. I used to use them in Panera as a little wedding meetup for couples when I'm, booking gigs and stuff. And sometimes we just walk in there, had a meeting, and walk out. So now I got to buy a cookie, I guess.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the wife. She got me hooked on this drink from Starbucks called a medicine ball. So it's like this. It's like minty. It like gets your sinuses open. It's pretty good. It's expensive as all hell, but it's pretty good. Shouts out to Starbucks. U.S. officially bans the use of red dye, artificial coloring that's used in candy, food, and other drinks due to cancer concerns. So this has been a hot topic for quite a while, but it's officially banned. So you like certain brands of Skittles and even Twizzlers and stuff like that, the red dye has officially been banned.
Good.
It's gonna take a minute, man. It's gonna take a minute for me to shake the sugar high. I'm sure they'll come up with a substitute. Last one before we slide up out of here. Couples who engage in unhealthy eating habits, such as smoking or consuming junk food, tend to have a closer bond than those that follow a healthier lifestyle.
Probably because the healthier folks is outside. They ain't at home. They in the streets.
Looking good.
That's unhealthy is bringing home 16-piece box chickens for 2 people and a bag of Mambas and whatever else. So I can see
a bag.
I can see how that happens. I can see that.
Yeah. Moral of the story is go get some chicken, go get some Don Julio, and a pack, and be happy with your loved one.
Yeah.
I got 2 quick ones, and then I'll let you go. Shout out to SZA. She is announced as to be with Kendrick on the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
And
30 for 30.
What was my second? I don't remember my second one, but go ahead.
Well, there it is. Another episode of You Can't Make This Up podcast. Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
We'll be back next week.
Peace. Oh, I remember the second one. Squid Game next week. I'll be ready.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I finished that show.
I got 2 more left.
Let's go.